Madeleine died in the apartment by an accident and we hid her body.
We've obviously hidden her somewhere incredibly well where nobody's found her. We hid her so well that we then decided we'd move her in the car, which we hired weeks later.
So I've officially called it a day with my search on Monte de Jose Mestre. There's nothing more I can do up there. I've absolutely scoured it and I am just met with rock. I might head back up there. Something in me just is telling me to go back, but it's probably just the fact that I don't want to give up. But realistically, there's just no chance. So I'm crushed that I couldn't do more, but I've genuinely done all that I can up there, and it's been interesting. Very, very interesting. This is a nice little view. I hope there isn't a landslide. I was having a bit of a think last night, thinking about the ground and digging, and I thought about other possible theories, and I thought about Mr. Bernd Stellander, aka the foreign detective. If you don't know who Bernd is, he recently released a book on the case called The Sudden Impulse. Bit of a big book, and he believes that Madeleine is buried on top of the Rocca Negra. I'm halfway up it at the minute, which is a nice little walk, but to get to that monument up there, it's very steep, so I'm just having a minute before I go. But Bernd believes Madeleine is buried on this hillside, and I'm going up there with my shovel, Razor Ruddock, and I'm going to have a scout around up there and see how hard the ground is. I personally don't believe that she's up there, but anything's possible. I spoke to Bernd on YouTube. I was talking to someone in a McCann video in the comments, and Bernd popped up and asked if I'd seen his interview with James English, which obviously I had. We had a brief exchange, and I told him, I said, I do not believe your theory on the timeline, and that Madeleine died on the 2nd of May, the day before she was reported missing, and I still don't. I think she died the evening of May 3rd. But anyway, I mean, I'm sat on top of the Rocca Negra, so it's kind of in the name how goddamn hard it's probably going to be to dig up here. But you know, while Monte de Jose Mestre is off the cards, I might as well investigate whatever else I can while I'm here. God damn. I know I'm not in shape, but I'm not in that bad shape. How Kate and Jerry found the strength to be running up and down this when Madeleine was potentially in the arms of what they thought was a predatory paedophile. Mr. Bernd Stellander claims that he hid cameras in the bushes for 5 years. and saw the McCanns come up here doing all manner of things. If you're watching, Burnt, yeah, I mean, if you did do that for 5 years, that's dedication, man, and fair play. But I've been checking the ground already up here, and what would you know? Rock, mate. So I'm going to venture into here and have a peek after I've looked at the view. I mean, it's one hell of a view. Just as I thought, rock solid everywhere. Yeah, so I was talking to a few people on YouTube and they wanted to know about the Madeleine vigil in Rothley that I went to. So yeah, 13 days ago was Madeleine's 18-year anniversary of her disappearance, and every year they have a vigil in Rothley, Leicester, outside the War Memorial in the village square, and I went along. I went the year before because I was curious, and it was held inside because the weather was gash. The McCanns weren't there because of the Polish nutter turned up. Now she's waiting trial. But yeah, this year weather was good. It was held outside, and I got there. It's a public vigil. Anyone can go. It's not just for Madeleine. It's prayer service for all missing children and Madeleine. So yeah, I went along. Got there about an hour before it started. Saw Kate's aunt and uncle, Brian and Janet Kennedy, setting up the stall, so to speak. There was another dude there setting the PA up for the vicar to do his MCing. Yeah, I got there about an hour before. Was sat in my car right outside the War Memorial, and then looked in my rearview mirror, and there's Jerry and Kate and Sean strutting up. Jerry seemed to be in good spirits, shall we say. Very smiley, bubbly. Kate was very sombre throughout. I stood next to a tree right in front of where the vicar was about to start rapping, and I was being respectful. I didn't get my phone out. I wasn't staring. I wasn't trying to get close. And so yeah, I stood next to this tree, and I was looking at the vicar. I didn't even know where the McCanns were, and then wallop to me left, there's Kate and Jerry, about 1.5 meters to my left, and I was like, what? Absolutely not. Yeah, stood there for the service. Kate did a reading. When she started doing a reading, it was really quiet, and someone went to the back of this car where the mixing desk for the PA was and tried to turn it up, and it just sent an absolute hypersonic missile of feedback through the PA and just gave me an instant migraine. But yeah, Kate did a reading. Janet Kennedy, Kate's aunt, gave me a bookmark with Madeleine, Madeleine's face on it. Still missing, still missed. I got given one last year by a little old dear in the church. She was like, "Would you like a bookmark?" I was like, "Do I? Yeah." That's when my arse dropped the year before, when she gave me that bookmark, because she said that then we've been giving these out for 17 years, and it floored me, that did. I was just like, oh, sweetheart. Oh, but whatever. So yeah, the service went down, and when it was done, Jerry was extremely chipper. And I'm not saying that in a having a dig way, but you know, he seemed like a really nice guy. He was bubbly, he was chatty, he was knocking around with a little kid that was running about. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. Why would there be? But yeah, he seemed in very good spirits as soon as it ended. And then I was looking around and I saw this woman and I was like, nah. I was like, oh shit. It was Fiona Payne. I was like, oh right, she's looking well. But then stood next to her was a dude with his cap on and a tracksuit, and I saw him from the side and was like, is it? I was like, no way, David Payne. I was like, no way. It's quite mad. I know Fiona Payne's popped up at vigils and that, but I don't know how often David Payne rolls up. Maybe he's there all the time, I don't know. But yeah, wasn't expecting to see a bit of tapas. But yeah, that was it. They did the service. My mind was absolutely blown the whole time. When they cracked the candles out and said anyone that wants to light a candle and come and say a prayer, by all means step up. So I let everyone get out of the way, do their thing, and then I was the last one to roll up, and I was feeling pretty emotional, and I got on my knees to the tray, lit a candle, and in that moment I just said, I'm going to give it all I've got. And I meant it. And I've done it up there. So, no regrets. Yeah, and then I got out of Dodge. I pulled over and did a little video because I wanted to kind of remember the moment of how rocked I was, but I was going to just drop it in here, but you know, I'm not the most charismatic dude at best of times, and that video was almost catatonic, so I thought I'd just, while the scenery's a bit nicer, I would be true to my word and tell the people on YouTube that I was talking to, rock hard burnt, yeah, about what went down. Might find it interesting, might not, but that's what happened. I do not need a weatherman to tell me when it's pissing down, and I'm telling you, once again, rock fucking solid up here. Christ, this is steep. Clement Freud's former villa. Another dark part of the tale. Back up on the Mestre. Just spent the last 2 hours driving down the N125, going off little side roads and seeing where they lead to. It either leads to the national parks or properties or just absolutely nothing. So I've come back up here because just can't let it go while I'm here. Let's have another look. It's a warm one today. It's nice to be in a bit of shade. Just come down a road that I don't think I should have come down. You can hear work going on in the distance. I think they're knocking trees down and that. Madeleine is up here. That's probably the best shot of it being found. developers or something like that. But again, been through here, been through here, just making my way back to the car. It's just solid, but getting bored of saying that now. So yeah, this is definitely it now. I've come up one more time, had a look around. Nah, can't see it. I picked some nice flowers, lay them on the ground, said a little prayer, had a little moment. Got a bit upset. But life is about experiences and feeling things, and this week has made me feel, that's for sure. So yeah, that's me done. See you in a bit.